Hey, did you get my
What?
Did you get my text earlier about my trigger question for today's podcast? I figured something out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. It's I did, but I completely forgot about it. Hang on.
All right.
Oh, okay. Why don't you need a truck?
All right, people. I'm removing my gum.
Mm-hmm.
You're in trouble.
Fuck.
All right. So, when we were dealing with the matriarch's sister yesterday, she asked me, she and I were discussing crypto.
Uh-huh.
Now, obviously, she doesn't know anything about it. 99%.
Wait, you mean the matriarch or grandma?
Matriarch's, excuse me, grandma's sister.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, hey,
Well,
yeah.
Grandma's sister.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Grandma's sister, we were talking about crypto. She was trying to tell me, she was warning me off crypto like a parent would warn their kid off of crack.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out how to explain it to her.
Uh-huh.
And I actually hit on 2 points while I was talking to her about it that began to make sense later on, and I was able to put them together.
All right.
All right, so here we go, people. What is cryptocurrency? What is the allure? What is the power behind it? And this is going to be the most simplest,
yes,
and most goodest,
mostly goodest
description of what cryptocurrency. I'm not talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum.
The whole thing.
The whole schmear. Okay. Why it matters and why people are drawn to it. Even people who are as into it as you and I are.
Yeah.
This just occurred to me earlier. I hope it's not an oversimplification.
Sure,
I think it applies.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So first we're going to talk about, and I brought it with her. We're going to talk about commodities.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to talk about commodities.
Like
okay. Commodities like oil and wheat and gold,
and
beef.
Shit. Tangible shit.
Tangible stuff that people consume or hold on to.
You can somehow trade
physical. They are physical entities. You can see a large structure that is containing hundreds of thousands of gallons of oil.
Yes,
that's tangible.
Yes,
you can look at a box that has gold in it, and that's tangible. You can own that. You can look at a warehouse that is full of wheat, or you can look at a pasture that is full of cows, and you can trade that.
The cows.
You can trade the cows.
My question is, I don't mean to detract. You don't even have to answer it. This can be purely hypothetical.
Sure.
If you trade in, let's say, wheat. Like, say I put money in wheat. I now own a pasture of wheat.
Right.
Where the fuck is that pasture? Because I want it now. Give it to me.
Oh, you can do that.
Okay, let's not elaborate on that because I'm going to have way more questions. I'm going to completely derail whatever the fuck you're talking about. So you continue down what you're talking about.
There are commodities dealers that don't just trade, but they actually own the commodities. They have warehouses.
So I could theoretically trade it on the quote-unquote stock market and then say, hey, can I just have it?
Instead of selling it off, you could have it delivered to wherever you want it delivered to.
Yeah, let's please go back to whatever you were talking about because I have more questions. So go on.
All right, so we're going to start with gold.
Yes.
All right, let's just talk about gold. Okay, yeah. Gold is a commodity, and I can own gold. You can own gold. Anybody can own gold. But here's the thing: there's a difference between owning contracts on it or owning shares of it versus owning actual physical gold. Yes. Let's say hypothetically, I am going to buy $1 million worth of gold. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to trade it on the open market. And then all of a sudden I say, okay, well, I'm not really going to trade it. I'm going to take physical, I'm going to take physical control of it.
Okay.
Physical ownership. Okay.
That's kind of what I was talking
And I'm
about.
gonna have it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna have it delivered to my house. Now
Mhm.
think about all the other expenses that would go along with having $1 million
Of gold. Yeah.
delivered to your house.
Holy shit.
Okay, you got to pay transport costs. You got to pay security costs.
Mhm.
Okay, there'd have to be a safe somewhere in this building.
Because you can't bury the gold.
I guess I could, but what I'm saying is there's a whole lot of expenses and worry.
Yeah.
That go
Goes
along
into that.
I would be concerned every day I woke up and every night before I went to bed. I've got $1 million worth of gold in this house. It's in a safe, but all right,
shit happens. Mm-hmm.
So I'm able to take physical control of $1 million worth of gold. I've got to have a safe. I've got to have a security system.
Yes.
I wouldn't imagine when we live in I guess an average neighborhood. I wouldn't want to own that much physical quantity of gold because somebody can show up and take it, and then if they take it, then I'm SOL, okay?
Yeah.
They own it and I don't, if I don't have some way of marking it to prove that it's mine.
Uh-huh.
All right, now here is what you can do with cryptocurrency. All right, I want you to take that same $1 million that you were going to buy physical gold with.
Uh-huh.
And I want you to buy $1 million worth of crypto. I want you to buy $1 million worth of, let's just say, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not, and I know Bitcoin makes people's brains go in a completely different direction. And they're like, I don't understand it. You don't have to understand it. You don't understand what the car does when you crank it up in the morning and it takes you to work. All you know is what it does.
You stole my line.
Did I?
Yes, I'm the one that, well, you probably said it to them, but I'm the one that announced it. That's why when you were initially explaining commodities, I said, because I had the whole question of at what point can I physically get my pastured wheat?
Right.
And I said, you know what, I don't need to know how a car works in order to understand that it does work.
That it does work.
So, go on.
All right. So, you take that $1 million that you were going $1 million that you were going to buy the physical gold with, and you buy cryptocurrency. Let's just say that you buy Bitcoin,
just for argument's sake.
All right, just for argument's sake. Then you take a flash drive and put a crypto wallet on it. And then you download that $1 million worth of Bitcoin into that wallet. Onto the flash drive. That you have physical ownership of. So instead of having a safe full of $1 million worth of gold, or $1 million worth of gold buried in your backyard, you have $1 million worth of
Bitcoin,
cryptocurrency on a flash drive that is now in my front left pocket.
Yes.
That is the power of cryptocurrency. You can take physical ownership of it. You can, like that, within seconds. I could sit here in the next 10 minutes. I could take whatever I own in Bitcoin. I have a wallet on my phone. I can download it into that wallet on my phone.
And just drop it in there.
And just drop it into that wallet on my phone.
Call it a day.
Then what I own physically is in my wallet on that phone in that cryptocurrency wallet. And that is the power of cryptocurrency. That you can have physical ownership of this. It's a commodity. It's a currency that's a commodity because you can take physical ownership of it. You can take it. I can take it. I can put it in. I can put that flash drive in my pocket, and I can get through security at an airport, and I can fly down to Florida, and I can get on a cruise ship, and I can go to another country that's south of Texas, and I can use that wallet to pay anything expenses that I come into contact with. Who was it that just made cryptocurrency their national, like El Salvador? I can go to El Salvador and don't have to worry about exchange rate between dollars
and Bitcoin
and whatever their currency is.
You can just fucking
I could just pull my phone out that has the Bitcoin wallet.
And use that.
And use that.
And no one gives a shit.
And no one gives a shit. And everybody's happy.
Yeah.
That's what cryptocurrency does.
Well, I guess some people would not be
cryptocurrency
happy,
is the combination of a currency
and commodity.
Just like me walking around with a pocket full of gold. That's exactly what it is.
There you go.
And even people the people that are on top of it, all the whales.
Yeah.
All the people that are a word that rhymes with whale.
Papa Musk?
They understand that. Okay. And that's what, and technically it is digital gold.
Yes.
Cryptocurrency is digital gold.
And we have explicitly.
So that's what cryptocurrency is, folks. That's the simplest explanation.
There you go.
It's like cryptocurrency is a pocket full of gold, basically what it is.
And we didn't have to use any techno jargon.
No techno jargon.
To explain that.
It'd be like walking around with a suitcase full of cash.
Except it's not a fucking suitcase, because people look at you funny when you're carrying.
You walk around with it. I tell you what. Next time you go on a long trip, why don't you put $20,000 in a suitcase and carry it around with you?
Handcuff it to you.
And every time you go to pay for something, I want you to pull that suitcase out, and I want you to open it up in front of God and everybody and pay your expenses with cash. I dare you.
Mm-hmm.
For legal purposes, this is a joke. But that's what you can do with cryptocurrency, and that is the power of cryptocurrency. So there you go.
Exactly.
So I want to dedicate this. I want to dedicate this segment to my mother's sister, because without her grilling me over the table yesterday, my mind would have not kicked into solving exactly how I can explain it to someone who is from the boomer generation.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I'll be able to explain it to Bob.
Yeah.
And maybe Bob will get on board because he just...
Your buddy Bob?
My buddy Bob.
Yeah.
What other Bob is there?
Don't ask me that question.
My buddy Bob.
Yeah. That's cool. Bob's cool.
So that's what it is, people.
Yeah, no problem.
It's a pocket full of gold. All right.
Honestly,
crypto.
Woo! Honestly, I would have gotten involved anyway because it's like,
well,
if I could just throw money at it and make more money, I don't give a shit. I love stuff like that.
I do too, and I'm very. Well, they're going to make a digital dollar, and they're going to regulate.
Of course they are.
Yeah, of course they are.
That means big money's going to get involved.
What regulating something means? It means it's too big to stop.
Exactly.
Not too big to fail. It's too big to stop. They can't stop it anymore. They can't get around it.